Hey guys, Vortex here. I'm extremely excited right now. I've been watching the live stream pretty much all day. But after seeing the trailer and some of the gameplay, I realized we might be dealing with a Wind Waker, well, technically Spirit Tracks sequel, and specifically a game that takes place after the Koroks successfully drain Old Hyrule of the Great Sea. So, if this is indeed the case, we're dealing with a game featuring the hero of the Flood. The hero that was said to have never appeared to aid Hyrule during its greatest time of need. Due to the hero's absence, the goddesses were forced to flood the Holy Land, drowning it beneath the waves. But as we know from the description of the Curse of the Mmimmzel, the rise of evil must always be answered with the arrival of the incarnation of the goddess and her chosen hero. I previously speculated that the hero of the Flood might have perished in battle. He was unprepared to face the King of Evil, who had previously battled his heroic incarnation. He gained valuable insight in the power that dwelled within the Hero of Time. Without the necessary trials that made him a hero, the Hero of the Flood fell. But fate did not let him rest just yet. The Hero of the Flood was placed in an endless sleep, awaiting the moment that he would be resurrected as the legendary hero. As there was no one left to face the King of Evil, Hyrule was lost beneath the lifeless water, its fallen hero forgotten. If Breath of the Wild is indeed a Wind Waker sequel, the Link that is featured in this game is this very hero lost to time itself. Having been awoken from his century-long sleep, the hero of the Flood is guided by an unknown voice, perhaps belonging to the Princess of Destiny herself. Link is urged to use the Sheikah artifact known as the Sheikah Slate to travel the world and unravel its mysteries. The Sheikah play a very prominent role in Breath of the Wild. Their artifacts are scattered all across Hyrule, their shrines protected by devout monks. These numerous guardians have been placed in stasis as they await the arrival of their hero. As soon as the hero encounters them and receives the Spirit Orb, they vanish, having fulfilled their duty, much like Impa did at the end of Skyward Sword. These Sheikah have sacrificed their life to ensure that the hero of the Flood is able to overcome the trials that will make him a hero, strengthening the hero and preparing him. They vowed never to repeat the mistakes they made, not believing he was the hero. While the initial plan the Sheikah had laid out to stop Ganondorf proved to be unnecessary due to the intervention of the Hero of the Winds, Ganondorf managed to rise once more. The ancient land of Hyrule, despite being buried beneath the waves, was slowly unearthed by nature. The Korok, spirits of the forest associated with the Great Deku Tree, were tasked with planting trees to one day reunite the islands of the Great Sea into one land once more. The Great Deku Tree dreamt of the day he would see the ancient kingdom of Hyrule in its old state, a beautiful, pristine green land blessed by the goddesses. It seems that the Korok have succeeded, and the world that they restored is the one we see in the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. The trees they planted can be identified by the leaves they drop. The Korok leaf looks remarkably similar to the Deku leaf. It even has the same function of blowing concentrated gusts of wind. While the Koroks have good intentions, the resurrection of Hyrule meant that the world would soon be challenged by evil once more. The clues lie in the state of the Master Sword and, interestingly, the state of Ganondorf as well. Hyrule Castle is surrounded by a cloud of evil, a cloud that is actually what's left of Ganon. Ganondorf, during the final battle atop his own tower, lost to the combined might of the chosen hero and the Princess of Destiny. No longer under the protection of the Triforce of Power, Ganondorf was sealed by the Master Sword and turned to stone, unable to act, unless the seal would weaken. Centuries later, due to the involvement of the Korok, the waters receded. The inhabitants of the various islands of the Great Sea were able to once again settle in the outskirts of the kingdom. But the emergence of the kingdom also brought with it a great evil. The natural weakening of the seal placed by the Master Sword allowed Ganondorf to break free once again. However, his heavily weakened state left him in a form that would later be known as Calamity Ganon. With no one to oppose him, he seized Hyrule Castle and remained there ever since. With most of humanity gone, nature slowly overtook what remained of Hyrule. The Master Sword, cracked and seemingly rusty from both the water and blood it was exposed to, was laid to rest in the woods, similar to its fate in the Downfall timeline. Who placed it there is not clear, but the old man may have something to do with it. He looks very similar to the King of Hyrule, and he did stay behind when his kingdom was flooded. So I hope you guys liked the video, and I also hope you're as excited for this game as I am right now. So let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching!